We got some breaking news this morning. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Daniel, and today we got some breaking news. So the Xiaomi Mi 10 and Mi 10 Pro were leaked recently. I don't know exactly which day, but I saw an article that was written early this morning talking about all the specs of which is going to be in the phones. So I figured, hey, let's make a video. Okay, so the Xiaomi Mi 10 and Mi 10 Pro, I guess, are the 10th anniversary flagships for the Xiaomi phone company. They had the Xiaomi Note 10 and Note 10 Pro that we saw last year, which housed the first 108 megapixel camera in a cell phone. So I guess they're just gonna kind of piggyback off of all the hype that that's gotten, and they're gonna release their Mi 10 and Mi 10 Pros. They're supposed to be officially announced in February, but somebody got their hands on a leak, so we're gonna go with it. The Xiaomi Mi 10 and Mi 10 Pro will both have a 6.5 inch, 90 hertz refresh rate screen. So the screen sizes are gonna be the same between the regular and the Pro versions. Both of them, I believe, will house another set of 108 megapixel cameras that we saw in the Xiaomi Note 10. The Mi 10 will also have a 20, a 12, and a 5 megapixel camera to go along with the 108 megapixel camera. And then the Mi 10 Pro will have a 48, a 12, and an 8 megapixel camera. So if we're working off of process of elimination and assuming what they're gonna do, they haven't released exactly what cameras these are gonna be, but if we're gonna assume off of the Mi 10 or the Note 10 Pro, these cameras will be like the ultra wide, the telephoto, and the macro lenses. So you can assume those accordingly. There's no word on the front facing cameras yet. There's been a lot of talk about maybe a 12 or a 16 megapixel front facing camera, but those weren't included in the leaks, so no one really knows that information just yet. Both phones will come with a 4500 milliamp hour battery, but the difference between the regular and the Pro versions are how fast they charge. So the Mi 10 will come with a 40 watt fast charging and 30 watt wireless charging capabilities, which is up to standard for just about all the other phones. But the Pro will come with a 66 watt fast charging and a 40 watt wireless charging, making it the fastest wireless charging phone to date. The next closest is the 30 watt wireless charging, which all the other phones come standardized with, but this one will have the 40 watt, so this will be the fastest wireless charging phone on the market. So hopefully they're setting the bar high and everybody else will continue to follow suit, and then probably later this year we'll see everybody having 40 watt wireless charging, which will be great. Both phones will also include a 10 watt wireless charging capability, basically turning the phone into a wireless charger itself, giving you the option to charge wireless headphones, or maybe if you have a smartwatch that can take wireless charging, other things like that. This is what that'll be used for. It's not anything too spectacular, but it's a cool feature to have. And if you're into stuff like that and you need to charge your headphones and you just forgot to charge them the night before and you don't have the charging case, then this may work for you. Now, both the Mi 10 and the Mi 10 Pro will come equipped with the new Snapdragon 865, making both of these phones the first phones after the Samsung Galaxy 11 to be using the Snapdragon 865. Now, both the regular and the Pros having the same processor is one thing, but the way that they're different is in the amount of RAM that they have. So the regular Mi 10 will have 8 gigabytes of RAM, and it'll have two versions of this. It'll have the 128 gigabyte storage with the 8 gig of RAM, and then it'll have the 256 gigabyte storage with the 8 gig of RAM. And we don't know exactly the price point on those, but if we were to guess, according to the article that I read, I'll link it down below, they're assuming that those costs will be probably the 128 gig will be about $430, and then the 256 gigs will be around $590 US currency. Granted, this is a conversion from, I believe it's Chinese, I don't know exactly what Chinese currency it is, but this is a conversion rate from that. So it's not 100% specific, these are just rounded up. The Mi 10 Pro will come with 3 different options. It'll have 12 gigabytes of memory and all the options, and it'll come with 128 gigabytes of storage, 256 gigabytes of storage, and then 512. And again, they actually have these prices, they're labeled on the site, and the conversion for these, the 128 gig costing about $540, The 256 gig costing, I believe they said $590, and then the 512 gigabytes with the 12 gigs of RAM coming in at around $640. Now, like I said before, we don't know the exact price points of these. These prices are available for the Mi 10 Pro, but again, these are conversion rates. The conversion rates change all the time, so these prices could change at any moment. So we're not really gonna know the standardized price of this until the release in February. Now, obviously, as you guys know, I know a lot of you watch leak videos and things like that. Remember to take all of this with a grain of salt. None of this is actually set in stone yet. These are all just speculations. These are leaks. Sometimes none of these leaks are true. We've known in the past that a lot of times, especially with Apple, they've had some things leaked and it was true and it worked out and we got a first look at it before it was released. But just as many times as these leaks are right, these leaks are also wrong. It's always about a 50-50. So these are good things to speculate over. These are good things to keep in mind while we're awaiting the release of this phone come February. But again, speculation, none of it's 100% true, but I wanted to get this out there. That way we can all speculate over and talk and share ideas or things we found about the phone, and we can prepare ourselves for what may be to come in February. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have anything to add towards any information about the phone, or if you have just things you want to talk about the phone or about other phones, please reach out to me in the comments below, tweet at me on Twitter, or comment on a post on Instagram. Both of those are Daniel Brumley HD. If you like the video, please give it a like. If you like what we're talking about with all the tech news and tech reviews, things like that, please make sure to subscribe. That'll do it for today, and we'll see you in the next one.